being a parent molds you. Being a wife molds you. Now, whether you are molded into a better version or a negative version, that is entirely up to you, your spouse, and the environment you allow and boundaries. There's so many different factors that are contributing or would contribute to you being molded negatively versus positively. But I want to say that the emphasis is you. Like, you choose if you want to learn the lessons and grow from it and move away from that, or learn the lessons and stay or refuse to stay, right? But back to why I'm even making this video. Being a wife or being a husband molds you positively or negatively, depending on different factors, depending on your spouse, depending on you primarily, and depending on the environment. Now, being a parent also molds you. Being a parent causes you, or should cause you, to question your decisions, to question why you did something previously and now you are trying to build the culture of not doing such a thing with your children, or allowing them to participate in something that you previously would tolerate. So our son held me accountable. I want to say maybe a year or two ago, he asked me a question that truly had me introspecting why it is the way it is. Okay, this is the question. He asked me, why is it that when I was younger, I would get dressed up for Halloween? I remember being dressed up at least for 2 years. And it's true, when he was 1 and when he was 2, we would dress him up for Halloween. Now, I had to explain to my son that yes, we have participated previously, but in life, we choose to grow. We choose to evaluate our decisions and ask ourselves, is this decision good for me and my family, or is it not good for me and my family? Did I make this decision based on wanting to please another person or having convictions that drove my decisions? Now, previously, growing up, we did not celebrate Halloween. I was very much aware that Halloween was a dark holiday. That is all my parents said. We don't celebrate, it's a dark holiday. And they left it at that, right? But when I was a teenager, I remember my brother and I dressing up. Well, we were already working at McDonald's. So I'm telling my son this. I remember when I was younger, a teenager in high school, my brother and I went trick-or-treating dressed as McDonald's workers. Now, we were working at McDonald's together, the same place, and we left our shift and went trick-or-treating because we wanted chocolate, free chocolate. We thought, well, this is economically sound, it's cheap, it's free, so let's just go and tell them that we are dressed as McDonald's workers and we'll get our chocolate. Now, did we need that? No. We were both working. We could buy our own chocolate. We could buy our own candy, but we thought this is economically sound. We already dressed up. Let's just go get candy. Free candy, right? I want to explain to you that choices are made, especially as a new mother. As a new mother, you are trying to find the balance of what will be okay for your family and what will not be okay for your family. You're trying to establish new traditions, a new culture that works for your dynamics as a family. And as a firstborn, one of the things you had to experience, and we had to experience, was we allowed you to participate in this Halloween thing, but only you were dressing up. We were not dressing up. Who dressed you up. Your costumes were free, and we're in an environment that I was not ready as a parent to say, oh, I don't celebrate Halloween, don't get my son a costume, right? And it's okay to understand your context. It's okay to evaluate, okay, do I want to have this discussion now or not? Was I on fire for God? No. Was I a Christian? I consider myself a Christian. I did. I consider myself to be a Christian, but I would not stand up for what I knew to be dark and what I knew not to be dark, right? I was very much a lukewarm Christian. So I explained that to him. I said, listen, I made choices I'm not very proud of, but in in retrospect, I made them because I was not comfortable saying no at the time. Now I'm comfortable saying no to my children, saying no to the world concerning a certain holiday, but I'm able to explain to you why. When I was told Halloween's a dark holiday, that is all I got. It's a dark holiday, right? And so now I'm able to explain to you the origins of Halloween. I'm able to explain to you that it's actually a religious practice. I'm able to explain to you the reasons why the pumpkins are carved. I'm able to explain to you the reasons why people got dressed up. I'm able to explain to you the reasons why food is left out or chocolate in these days. Why? So you have a full understanding. Why? Because I had to learn it. I had to do my own research on it and understand why is it that we are not participating. Why am I making this family decision? Why are we making this family decision that we would not be participating in this, right? And then I can explain to you as a child properly, so you understand why, right? And so it's important that when we say no to our children, we have the understanding of why, right? You have the knowledge, you have the understanding. Whatever you're explaining, it doesn't have to be Halloween. Whatever you explain to your child, it's nice to explain something and give them the why something would not be pleasing to God. It would not be. And then you choose what works for you as a family and what does not work for you as a family. So yeah, he held me accountable, and I had to really say, I've done my research on it, and I've found that it is not God pleasing. It is not a holiday that pleases God. And so instead of breaking God's heart, I would rather explain to you why we don't participate and explain to you so you're able to understand yourself why this choice is the way it is. Now, child, if you want candy, if you want chocolate, tell me which ones you want. We're gonna go to the store and buy whatever you want, and you can enjoy your snacks within reason. So it's beautiful to see that as a parent, as a wife, marriage can mold you. Children can mold you and really cause you to question why you do what you do, cause you to question your choices and why it has changed, and understand that it is okay as a person to change your mind this year versus last year versus 5 years ago versus 10 years ago. It's okay to change your decisions and then be able to back it up. Have your own convictions and be able to explain your own convictions without feeling like you're doing something wrong. Growth is good. Personal growth is good. Marriage growth is good. Family growth is good. Understanding why it is that way is good. I choose to understand.